Hey guys, and welcome to how I made this pearl heart decoration. So for today's craft I used a pack of the diamond gems. These are from Poundland and cost £1 for a pack of 35. I used 6 of the packets of the pearl embellishments. Again, these are from Poundland. So I bought 6 packets, and I also used a pack of the pearl garland, again from Poundland, and this is from the wedding section. I also used some green foliage and a couple of white flowers and some burlap ribbon that I got from Wish. So that's everything that you need to make the actual pearl display. You'll also need some cardboard. That's what you're going to be gluing the pearl embellishments onto it, and some paper, a glue gun, some tweezers, and a pen to mark round the heart shape that we're going to draw out. So the first thing I did was I took a piece of A4 plain paper and I just folded this in half, and then just on the side that's folded I drew half a heart, so it was easy to cut out, and then we were going to use that for a template to draw on the cardboard. So with the bit that's folded at the side towards you, just draw half a shape of a heart and then cut it out using a pair of scissors, and then that will be the template that we'll use on the cardboard. You may also want to use a craft knife. I did in the end. I just got a cheap one that I used just to cut out the heart. So once you're happy with the size of the heart that you want, we're going to take the cardboard and just quickly draw around this. So while I'm doing this, I'll do my usual. If you're new here and you've stopped by to watch my video, I hope you enjoy, and thank you for taking the time to watch. If you're a continued supporter of me, then that's absolutely amazing. You have no idea how happy that makes me. I've really enjoyed doing this, and I've got loads of ideas coming up of all the stuff that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and if you give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and if you leave a comment, I'll always reply. So once we've drawn all the way around it, we're going to cut the heart out using a pair of scissors. I'll be back once I've done that. So we've cut the heart out, and now we're going to, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with the pearl embellishments. So we're going to stick the pearl embellishments around the edge of the card. These, if you haven't seen them, they come with the metal strips on the back. I decided today, normally I just bend them over and glue them onto things, but today I decided to actually cut them off the back using some wire cutters. And what we need to do is we want the heart to be as thin as possible so that it will not show once the pearls are attached to it. So I think it's probably about less than ½ centimetre that I used, and I just drew round the heart. And then once you've drawn around the heart, we're going to cut the middle out, so you're left with a very thin heart shape, like so. I used the craft knife to do it. It was a lot easier than trying to do it with scissors. And then this is what we're going to use to glue the pearls onto. So we're going to start in the middle of the heart, and you're going to stick one of the pearl embellishments, and then we're going to do round the outsides. Now I off camera cut all the backs of these off. It took me about an hour and a half to do. So if you're going to be doing this, you'll have to pause the video and do this. I'm just going to quickly mention that I did a review on my it was the paper wreath that I did about the Poundland glue gun, and I mentioned that there was nothing for it to stand up with. I found the metal strips in the packet and attached it to the glue gun, so I just wanted to clear that up because I did say that there was nothing to do it to stand it up with, and now there is. So I just wanted to mention that. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a pearl drop in the center of the heart. I'm going to use some invisible thread to do this. You could use cotton, or if you wanted to have it higher up, you don't need to use invisible thread. You could just glue it to the cardboard. So I just put a piece of invisible thread through it, tied a knot in it, and then I just glued a dab of glue on the center of the heart and held it in place until it dried. So with the pearl embellishments, like I said, I cut them all off screen because it did take a while to do. If I knew that I was going to take them off, I would have done it last night when I was watching TV. But I only decided to do this as I was making the video. Like all the videos I make, I just get everything out. I have a general idea of what I want to do, and then I just make it as I'm going along and filming it. So sometimes, you know, I say that I'm going to use something and I don't actually use it, or I'll add things in. So yeah, it's trial and error. So once the pearl drop is attached, we're going to start adding the pearls. I'm going to start in the middle of the heart where we just glued the drop, like so. And you want to try and cover as much of the cardboard as you possibly can. Don't worry if there are little bits, because once we add the pearl garland, you won't be able to see these. So, and again, and one of the things I did notice, because the card is so thin, once you've put the pearl onto the cardboard, make sure that you lift it up so that it doesn't stick to the paper or the craft mat or anything that you're using to protect your surface. And we're just going to carry on sticking the pearls around the heart all the way around, and I will join you when I get near the bottom. So I've spent a little bit of time adding the pearls around, and I've only got the last few to pop on, so I thought I'd show you how I managed to get the last couple on the card. So again, just add a decent amount of glue onto the back of the pearl. Please be careful because these are metal and they do get really hot with the glue. And I just used the tweezers to push it into place. So like I said, I used 6 packets of the embellishments for this, but obviously if you're going to do a smaller heart, you will need less embellishments. If you're going to do a bigger one, you'll need more. So as you can see, every time I glue one down, I pick it up just to make sure that it's not stuck to the paper. And the last one was a little bit tricky because there wasn't a lot of space on the card, so I decided to add some glue to the pearls that were above it so that it would stick into place. I just made sure that I put a good amount of glue at this bit. So once you're happy with it, then we finish sticking all the embellishments onto it, let it dry, and then we can start adding the pearl garland. So the first thing that I did was I cut quite a large length of pearl garland, and I glued the start of the garland at the back of the heart in the centre. I made sure I put quite a lot of glue on this bit because I wanted to make sure that it was nice and secure. And then I waited for that to dry. And then the idea with the pearl garland is we're going to wrap it around the heart shape, and we're going to make sure that we add pearls in between each of the embellishments that we've just added. Now, I first started to try and just wrap it round, and it was quite difficult to do. What I had to do in the end was I had to start gluing it into place, because it was just a lot easier than trying to hold it into place. But depending if you can do it that way, then it'll save you some time. It'll also save you some glue. But I just found that it was a lot easier to glue it in place in the end. So this is where I decided to glue it. So all I did was add a tiny little amount of glue on the pearl, and then just held it over where we were going to put them, let it dry for a little bit, and then continued to wrap the pearls around. And every time we got to the front, I just added a little bit of glue on the back of one of the pearls. And then just popped it down into place, let it dry for a little bit, and carry it on like so, and did this all the way around. So I've got the last couple left to do, and then we can cut the end of the garland and stick it into place. So I got this idea, I was in a shop and I saw a Diamante heart. I will actually insert a picture right at the end so you can see where I got the inspiration from. And I thought actually I could make something like that. It would have been cheaper to buy the one that I saw, but I wanted it to make it how, make it myself, and actually, make it how I wanted it and add my little finishing touches to it. So once we've gone all the way around, you're just going to cut the garland, put a decent amount of glue, and stick the end of the pearls into the glue. And the reason, I'll explain in a little bit what I'm using it for, but it's going to be attached to something, so and I've not quite finished the thing that it's going to be attached to, so I'll have to show you that in the future. I'll do a little bit of an update for this one. So once it's dry and you're happy and you've pulled all the strands of glue that's dangling off it, I'm going to be adding some foliage to it. Now you could just leave it like this if you wanted. I wanted to add a little bit greenery. I'm actually going to be adding this to a flower display that I've got. I just need to finish it off and update it. It's been something that I've had for years, but I'm just going to use the glue to stick some foliage at the top and the bottom, and once it's dried I'm just going to use some burlap ribbon that I got from Wish. It was free. I just paid the postage of £2 to have it delivered, and I'm just going to measure out how much I want and then cut it at the top with a pair of scissors, and then I'm going to glue it to the back of the heart. So now you could do whatever you wanted with it. I'm just going to add a couple of white flowers, one rose and one blossom, and then if you wanted you could put a burlap bow at the top of it. But like I said, I'm going to be attaching this to a flower display that I've got, so I've just left it the way that it is. So I'm just going to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you like it, and it'd be great if you're going to give it a go. If you let me know. If you want, let me know in the comments what you'd do with it, where you'd put it. Yeah, I've just been so creative recently and I've loved every minute of me crafting, so I'm just glad that I get to share it with you guys and that you seem to enjoy it. So I'll keep making stuff and hopefully you'll keep watching. So this is it, finished for now. Like I said, I am going to attach it to something. You could finish it off with a bow, you could add more flowers, you could do anything that you want really with it, but I had so much fun. I've spent a good 3 or 4 hours doing this, and yeah, this is it complete for now. So thank you so much. Take care everybody and have a wonderful day, and I'll add the picture of where I got the inspiration from after I've shown the picture of what it looks like.